I didn't take a trade.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
What about you, Lloyd?
Yep.
Oh, I did. I did have one in mind, but I hesitated actually. Now that I think about it, want me to say
Did
it?
it work? Yeah.
Yeah,
Did it work?
sure did. Yeah.
Uh,
Did I post anything on yesterday? Oh yeah, I did. 61 on. You see this chart? So damn, you're right, Eli. It sucks that you can't post both charts.
Because it doesn't even let you share a screen, and I'm like, I could split it and then share the whole screen, but it doesn't let you.
Yeah, share entire screen.
So then, if you have a different monitor, just split it on your monitor and then show it to us. Oh, there you go. Sick.
Oh, fuck, of course. Okay, 6110. There was a 900 lot outlier. It was also super early into the session, so that scared me. But we had made this pre-market high. We were above 30-minute supply. We had yesterday's high at 6108, and let me see. Where is NQ? NQ was inside 3 hours supply, getting above this trend line that I had created from the highs. So the way it was just breaking and super aggressive here, and then yes, above yesterday's high. When it pulled back down into 6110, I wanted to enter long, which ended up working. You can't see it here, but it ends up taking off. That was the trade I wanted, but I hesitated when it came on this pullback. You could probably see it here now. Oh shit, how did that work out so quick? You can't see the outlier. Where the fuck is it? Oh, this is the wrong time. Here's the outlier at 6113. Cameras. 6110. It was kind of hard to like.
Yeah, they were a little
It was
weird
at
yesterday.
60.
I got a 6110
But
and a 6115.
it pulled back, but it wasn't this one. Yeah, I just didn't feel comfortable taking it. But it ends up just I stop it.
thumbs up.
Does it just take off?
Yep.
Yeah. That
Until
was
news
fucking.
hits.
What?
Until news hits. They fucking draw.
Oh yeah. That's all I had. I just the way my areas were didn't I didn't feel super confident, but the signs were there. More than anything, I think it was that it was 5 minutes into the open, and I was just like, "Is it really gonna happen this early?" I think that had a big influence on my decision making here. But that's all I had seen. What was your Eli? Want to share your screen?
I don't even want to do that, but I'll share it. Fuck
Hey
it.
man, that shit's gonna make you make the right decisions next time.
I will just say I
Yeah.
overtraded. I took 4 trades, and you could just tell how emotional they all are. But I was just trying to make my money back because I had such a bad week. But
Yeah, that's definitely, dude. Another thing that I want to kind of make my rule, but I feel like the fact that I want to make money is also gonna stop me or making me want to not do this rule. But this guy, he does. If he loses 2 trades, 2 days back to back, and no matter what, actually, if he takes two red days back to back, the next day he doesn't trade. And he said if he takes 2 winning trades back to back, and they're like actually his his setups, he doesn't trade the next day because he feels like the next day when he trades, he like has more money to risk and he kind of makes dumber decisions. And I was just like, dang, that's interesting. Um,
That's actually a good
but
rule.
definitely, like, I feel like when I take 2 red days back to back, and then like kind of like taking a step back and being like, okay, wait, what am I doing wrong? Um, and help not deplete the account as bad.
can you guys see my screen?
Just a thought.
I gotta.
I gotta click. I think we gotta exit my live.
Because it shows 2 lives at the bottom. You just got to click on the other live.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
All right. So the first one was probably my most. I mean, there's no reason behind it because it was nearing a supply zone. But I took this first trade thinking it was going to go up. All of my trades were longs. Whatever. I failed to hit my stop. And then the news came. And then because of the news, I was so emotional on this trade that I was like, it's going to ride back up. And I entered here and it did ride back up. And I remember seeing profits and then it stopped me out again. And I was like, that was just an emotional one. I'm like, let me recapture something here. And then I just kept losing and losing. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. Very emotional trades. Like I said, it's just I wanted to win something. And I was like, all right, well, it has to reverse now. And it does for a little bit, but not on the correct
Dude, that
analysis.
I've been there.
Yeah.
I got to make these mistakes right now, dude. And then again, I was like, and then if you look at my notes, because I have the title of my, oh shit, what happened? I had the title of my trade, like first trade, lost, -14, and then I put the 3 numbers: the entry, target, and stop. And targets, I'll have question marks because it's like, I don't really know where it's going, and I'm realizing like, how do you know what your risk is? So I need a rule that I wrote down is like I can't enter a trade unless I have those 3 numbers figured out. Which should be an obvious one, but it's one that I need to stick to because sometimes I'm just like thinking I see something on Bookmap, so I'll enter a trade and I'm like, I'll discover the target later. I just got to make sure it respects my stop.
One thing I feel like I've seen consistent about you this week is that you're not waiting for an outlier. Like you're it's at your zone, but you're not letting that outlier appear and then waiting for it to pop and then pull back and retest. To me, that is the setup that I've been repeating over and over again. So I feel like unless I mean, yeah, you may see some things, but I'd say that that is the setup we're looking for. Even if you look at Gabriel's trades, they may be different than what I have seen, or they may have had some other context that I may have not considered. But the key thing about both of our trades or what we're looking for is that outlier to appear and then a retest of it.
Mm.
Like, if we could go over some of the context that we were explaining earlier today, like this trade, obviously emotional one, but this green line right here, to me, it's an outlier that's probably somewhere over here further back. And so I was like, okay, it dropped crazy, and then it kind of like reversed here and got back up. So I'm thinking in my mind, it's like, oh, it's gonna respect this buying outlier and then go back up from here. It didn't. And then over here, like if we were to explain some of the context conversation, I mean, not context, but what do we call it? Consolidation. Like say this was like consolidating for about 10 minutes here, and then I don't even know where I entered. Maybe I thought it broke here. I don't even know. I was about to say like it broke above.
That's why you need to make them detailed so you know where to enter.
Yeah. Well, all of
Where's
these were
your
more
chart?
like all of these trades. Honestly, were all like it's gonna go. I wasn't even coming up with my numbers. It was very like I needed this out of my system, and I was just rushing and forcing.
Let me see your chart.
Also, dude, if you're gonna journal like this, can you label them if they're shorts or longs? I don't
Yeah.
know what I'm looking at. I don't know if they're longs or shorts.
For sure.
Oh yeah.
Where do I do that? Hold on. How do I share? What the fuck?
Another thing is wait, why is my chart showing?
So this is my
It
chart.
looks like yesterday the value would just kept going lower and lower.
Damn, every time I click on anything, it makes it go away. But so this is where I took like my
Why do I
first trade, and then it. But this was to go long, and it stopped me out. But yeah, I'll start labeling that. I just assume because of the bubbles that you see, like if it's a losing trade, then you can tell, oh well, his exit is where he lost, so therefore he was trying to go long. But
wait, say what you were looking at. What was the first trade here?
it's like around here. I don't know how to share two screens, so I can show you the bubbles as well. But there was an outlier on my screen that you could see by the green lines. I had green lines going here, and that's when I chart the outliers. And so I'm just kind of like, I wasn't patient enough to see what is it going to do around it. I was just like bullish, and I was like, this is going to go up, or at least to this part right here.
I would say at this point the long was overextended. One, because yeah, it could have worked, no doubt about it. But uh where you're entering the trade, I feel like it's far away from anything like key level.
Mm-hmm.
As far like whereas where I was looking at it, we were kind of like near this yesterday's high, pre-market high. It looks like where you were taking it, the move had already occurred. Now you're just seeing the push going, and you want to be part of it. Um, I would just that's the way I see the chart here.
Yeah, I agree. And
But it does seem like you took more emotional trades this week, so just take note of that and watch for those outliers to appear because I feel like that's the key part of the setup and the context. The context, like what was it that you seen, Gabriel?
So are you guys done with the trades?
yeah, I'm done looking at mine.
You still got more?
No, you
trades,
go.
Eli?
I'm gonna end mine.
All right, so I'm gonna post another chart. Now take this with a grain of salt because I didn't see any outliers on Bookmap. I didn't see Bookmap that day, and I didn't chart my zones. But this is just to teach a little bit about market context and how you can use it. And it goes with the consolidation shit that I've been talking about, and I'm gonna post it right now. So see how yesterday's highs is the top of consolidation? is now acting as resistance because it's been respected. And then the lows of consolidation are right there. And once price was making a higher and higher lows, when it breaks out, it comes back and retests the highs of consolidation, aka yesterday's highs, and then it rallies back up because that's now a key zone that's now like a small key zone, you know what I mean? And once it goes down, it breaks below the lows of consolidation, it comes back up and rejects right at the lows of consolidation because that's now a key zone. Now, I don't know what the zones were for that day, so like I said, take it with a grain of salt, but I'm just saying you can use consolidation and market context for a confirmation, not to take a trade, but as an extra layer of confirmation to take a trade depending on where price is going. And that's including overnight session and pre-market session context. And it doesn't have to be like super difficult. Just draw lines, and wherever they're supporting it, just keep that in the back of your head when you're trading. That's pretty much it.
That was exactly the trade I was talking about. If
What?
you would have been watching it, what you said.
Oh.
Because look at my. Can you guys see my chart?
Yeah.
Look at how he said above yesterday's high was above consolidation. Yeah. And that's what I was looking at. I was looking for price to hold above. And at 635, 636, we pulled back into 6111, which was above 6108, which was above the consolidation. We had this, you can't see it here, but I feel like when I was watching it, I seen the 1,000 outlier more obvious. And when it pulled back, I wanted that entry. I was scared.
Yeah, if you see the outlier right there and those three bubbles, that right there is near yesterday's high. So if it's above yesterday's high, right? Yeah, because 6108 is yesterday's high. So since the outlier is above yesterday's high, it is now broken out of that high of consolidation. Now what you need to wait to do is wait to retest yesterday's high, aka the outlier, and then let it ride long until there's a reason to sell.
And
but yeah, that's how
why
you
I also emphasize key levels to you, Eloy, because like where you were taking it, yeah, it has a probability of going up to supply, but you're not entering at an exact key level. Like as much as we want to take trades in the middle of something because it's going in a certain direction, like I'd rather personally put risk on around a key level. Like the way Gabriel's explaining the context now makes yesterday's high stronger key level to him. So he's still seeing his trade from a key level. It's not just some random thing he sees or feels.
Yeah, I'm not just making it up on the spot. There's context behind it. So if that outlier appeared right there where his mouse is, then you can say, okay, once it comes back down, this yesterday's high and aka high of consolidation is now key. So I can take it long. I have a better probability of it going long. Instead of even if it's in a supply zone, if it's making higher highs, higher lows, and the indicators and confirmations are pushing up or bullish, then you're more likely to get a long out of that as opposed to a short. And that's what me and Eric did last time when we took that long in the supply zone. And you're like, you guys got to show me how to read longs or something like that because you took a short in supply zone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, last week.
So it's all about market context. Just because it hits the supply zone or demand zone doesn't mean it's going to go that way. So you have to really read what you're looking at on a like a broader perspective. You got to zoom out even on the 5 minute and see where price is respecting. And if price respects a line a bunch of times, that's a higher probability that it's going to respect once it breaks out and comes back down to retest it.
Mhm.
But everything has to make sense, though. Everything has to like align, I should say. But yeah,
Like when you see us approaching a supply zone, you want to zoom out and be like, where is this supply zone in the sense of context?
yeah, yes.
Mhm. Dang.
So me and Eric saw the same thing, just different ways. He had the same idea, and I saw this. I was like, oh yeah, I can see along. So we just read it differently based off our market context analysis. But you really gotta. It's not about like, okay, I'm gonna extend my lines, and I have my key zones. Now price is gonna reject it. It's about where those key zones are relative to like the outliers, relative to where the confirmations are, relative to where market is in general, and then you can base a setup based off all of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Wow. This
So
market.
just extend your lines, extend pre-market, see where it is, see where price is, and then base your trades off what you see at that exact moment. And then if it doesn't align with if you're not 100% sure, or at least 80% sure that it's going to work, then don't even take the trade. And that's my mistake. I'm so not sure of so many trades, and I still take them. I hate that.
Yeah.
I'm definitely
It's,
demoing all next week.
What'd you say?
But even the lows of consolidation, look at it, respected it perfectly, and then dropped super hard. So you could have got a short right there. That could have been a key zone if there was an outlier there. That could have been a good entry based off market context.
I said I'm definitely
Yeah.
demoing all next week. I have to.
Yeah, just think of consolidation, the highs and lows of consolidation as key for the short term. I know we're already on the 5 minute, but like if your zones aren't there for the short term, maybe it can work. That's just how I've been viewing the market, and so far it's been working. But take that with a grain of salt, because not everything's 100%. Just let you know.
Yeah.
For sure.
Facts.
Cool.
Anything else?
I'm going on
That's
a weed
it for
break
me.
again, starting Monday.
What?
I'm taking another weed break again on Monday.
Did
That influenced my
you say that last week?
I said I was looking.
I know.
I was looking towards probably doing it, and then after all of this week's results, I'm like, I got to do it. It's like crazy way to put into context because like I said, I had a winning month last month, and I was not smoking all last month, and then started smoking 2 weeks ago, and look at these losses, bro.
Yeah. Also, dude. Also, know that I barely started seeing the market like this, so I don't know if like your eyes are trained yet to see that shit, but my eyes barely got trained to see this. So just keep looking at it like that, or keep looking at it the way it fits you.
Also,
Yeah.
the way Gabriel said, like extend your view. Can you guys see my chart?
Yeah.
Make sure you extend your zones. One thing I was looking at when this was happening, where you ended up going long, was I had this 4 hour supply, but when I zoomed out, I also seen that this had a gap from last time. And sometimes I've seen that it won't hit supply, and I'm always like, why the fuck did it not hit supply? Like, what stopped it from hitting supply? And I'll zoom out and find like some little thing like this, but not like super far, like kind of close. Like I'll find something like this, and I'll end up just putting it, and it ends up being something. I also
Dang.
did it because the way this 4 hour and 3 hour was forming was just like, I don't know. something about it didn't feel very clean to me. So I something just told me to mark it, and it ended up being right where it rejected.
Okay.
Um,
And
so
also,
like
you guys, it
now it is important.
well, also it doesn't hurt to just right click the line and extend all the way to the left. Like to pick a price to extend it to, I don't think is as beneficial as extending it all the way to the left.
It
You
just
know,
looks sloppy to me. That's why I don't
it does
like
look,
doing it.
yeah, it does look sloppy for sure, but it helps a lot. It really gets all the respected zones. And
I'll
plus,
try
it's
it.
less work. It's less work too.
I
Yeah, I
still
gotta
don't
try
chart
that.
those directional lines that you guys are charting,
What?
like the horizontal lines. I still don't chart those at all.
These?
Oh, this is trend lines.
Trend lines, yeah, trend
Yeah.
lines. I don't chart any of those.
I don't really chart those either, to be honest. I just have them when Eric has them.
They're important to me just to see like what is the direction that we're headed. Like
Oh
right
yeah,
now, we rejected once, we rejected twice, we rejected again, making lower highs. So like I'm just like, okay, we're on a downtrend somewhat right now, but on a larger context, we're still bullish.
oh yeah. I was gonna ask you for your trend lines. Do you put it on a higher time frame? Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'll do daily 4 hour.
Daily 4 hour. Okay. So when it
Sometimes
hits,
I'll look at the 90 minute just because I like how it looks, but I won't really mark a trend line just because even to get a large zoom on it isn't that great. But yeah, it's 4 hour and daily.
all right, that makes sense. Because when it price hits it on an intraday level, it's more likely to respect it, right?
Exactly.
I'm ready for next
That's
week's demo, bro.
Let's do it. You got a
uh
demo?
I'm taking massive trades.
Hey, learn to hold through them too, because that is fucking hard.
Oh yeah.
um also try to make it as like don't just take the trade and demo just because like try to make it as realistic as you would on the live trading. Like
Yeah,
if there's no trades, like don't trade that day.
yeah.
I see what you're saying.
So yeah, all my trades seem like they were in random places, but they were all based off market context, even in demo. So
I like how you explained the consolidation. I'm gonna start trying to see it like that.
Dude,
yeah, dude, I just noticing.
every week you guys kind of hit me with the gem. So this week I would say it's the consolidation, where I don't know if it was last week or 2 weeks ago. Eric explained how to like look at uh, price reaction and to like look how it doesn't go past that, look how it doesn't go past that, and then it's at a zone
Yeah,
of area of interest. And so that was like a way to look at it. Where I think all of my trades last week were based off of that. I was like, all right, I'm looking at how it's reacting, and therefore it's like, oh look, it's not going past, it's not going past, it must be going down, and then I take a short. Where I was very
That's
biased on
smart.
that, but not putting other context into perspective.
that makes sense. I was wondering why you would do that. That makes sense,
That's
though, dude.
This week is going to be all
I mean,
consolidation based, but none of my zones, and I'm just going to.
Oh God, no, just use what me and Eric told you, or whatever gems you got from us, as like a tool in your tool belt, like how you said. It's just another tool you can use. It's not the end all be all to a trade, you know? Just use them as a layer of confirmation.
And what's crazy is I know how it affects. Like I think the lesson to be learned is more effective when I'm live, and I'm just like, fuck, are these lessons that I'm gonna learn from losing gonna really affect me demoing? And I kind of want to be live now all the time. Like I kind of get it, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm not trying to deplete this account that fast. Like I know where I need to learn at.
Yeah, it sucks to having to go back and demo because it's like, fuck, you know, you did something wrong and you have to fix it, but it helps, dude.
Also, even compare ES and NQ. Like in this case, NQ was in supply, uh, and it wasn't able to break above. Um, and ES was hitting that area that I had said. So, and we also had a trend line there for me. So we were in an area where I knew there was some resistance coming up. So that was gonna make me less likely to even try a long up here. Uh, so yeah, there is a like I think I told Gabriel this once. I feel like trading is you have like an inflated ball with a bunch of holes and you patch up one hole and then another hole gets messed up and then
Yeah.
you patch up that hole and then another hole gets messed up and you're just trying to like balance it all.
Yep. Exactly. Just tweaking your setup every now and then to get it
Yeah.
right. Also, when you're demoing, Eloy, work on your entry zone. That's what I've been working on. Work on specifically the way you get into a trade. That helps a lot.
But what do you mean by that? Like,
And really consider your target. Like if your target's not I would say honestly, I prefer a 10-point target. Obviously the 7-point, 8-point targets do work, but that shouldn't be what like we're aiming for. Like we want those like nice A plus setups that are gonna give us that like the ones Gabriel has been taking. Those especially based off consolidation, it makes sense why you've been catching those larger
Right.
swings.
Yeah.
So
I
like
was like,
really take into consideration what your target is. If it's 7 points, like I'd almost say like second guess it. Like, is this a A plus setup? Is this high quality?
yeah. And extend your lines all the way. I can't stress that enough. You have
Do
to
that.
look at you have to look at the whole picture. The whole picture.
I thought you've been doing that, Eric, because I only started doing that when you guys mentioned it. Yeah, all my lines are all extended.
Nah, I didn't. Gabriel mentioned it, and I just don't. I hate how sloppy it looks when I zoom out like that.
Yeah, it does look fucking ugly, but
But I'll try
so
it.
yeah, just keep in mind where the like if you see consolidation on overnight, keep in mind where the highs and lows are, and then either make those your entry zones, or you can make it your target zones, or even your stop zones, depending on what trade you're going to take. And inside that consolidation is where you do not want to trade. Trade on the top or in the bottom. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Sick.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Where are the prices at, guys? Because I got this 500 waiting to be used.
For Nvidia,
Price what?
Price of anything, bro. I'm just looking for good prices.
Price of anything.
dude, fucking buy MD so it can go up. God damn it.
Dang,
It's going down.
Oh,
I
that's
feel like
crazy.
I feel like AMD is another square that Ian's fucking hyping up.
Dang. Maybe he's hoping for the same thing.
wasn't there
That's
just a
what
bunch
I'm
of?
thinking, dude.
Weren't they just talking a lot of bad stuff about AMD in this previous episode?
Oh hell
They
no.
were
Not bad in a
they
negative
kind
way,
of
but
were
like they weren't
talking
hyped on
weird
it.
about it.
They trusted, they just weren't hyped on it.
They said it's like the Scott was it Scottie Pippen? No, Ian was saying he's like Dwayne Wade, and then Troy was saying he's like Scottie Pippen, but Ian's like, nah, he's Dwayne Wade, not Scottie Pippen.
Why not Michael? Why not LeBron? What the fuck?
Nvidia's Michael.
What's it called? Actually,
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
XRP is at a pretty decent buying price because it bounced at a previous low of 241 and a couple of. I'm looking at the month, and then it bounced again at 232. So I think it's at a buying price.
Gabriel, if it breaks
What?
under this monthly, I'd be scared.
That's what I'm thinking already. I don't know about this, but whatever. I'll
It's buying
see what
prices,
happens.
bro.
Hey,
But
but you
you're
guys
in
hear we got
profit from last time, right?
Yeah, my buy-in is 62.
Oh, okay.
But I should have sold at the highest to be honest, but But did you guys hear we got Luka Doncic, man?
Let's go.
You guys know who that is?
No, we didn't hear about that though, Gabe. Thanks for telling me.
Oh, I know he's everywhere, but fuck, man, that shit is crazy.
I'm
You
cool.
think
Some
they're
some
gonna
guy,
win that?
some Mavericks fans said, "How should we trade Luka Doncic? You telling me we traded Luka Doncic for a bag of Lay's and potato chips and a happy and cheeseburger?"
Dude,
I was dying.
Dallas Mavs are really like even the owner, because the owner he gave up like the majority of his stake of the team last year, and he's like, why? Like he's probably like, why the fuck did I do that? Because he was recently in a podcast saying I would divorce my wife before I got rid of Luca, and then
Yeah, Mark Cuban.
yeah, and I guess he didn't expect the current management to do what they did. He's like mind blown.
I heard they're doing it because Texas is not allowing gambling, so they want to move the Mavs to Vegas. So they want to lose the fan base and lose the revenue and take them to Vegas, where
What
gambling.
the heck?
I did hear about that. Well, no, because they're
Dude,
also
that's crazy you say that because I seen a post that said they're trading players like stocks now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
because they're trying to build a casino. I don't know if it's in Dallas, but somewhere near Texas. And they're like, "What's the point of building a casino if you guys can't even gamble in that state?" And so they're trying to,
Yeah,
they're still trying to figure that out. I'm like, "Yeah, for real."
yeah. So they're trying to like sabotage the Mavs, like on purpose. That's what I'm hearing. Or they just didn't want to pay Luca fucking
You talked to
350 million.
management?
I talked to management. My name is what's his name? Shamura, whatever the fuck his name is. That Indian guy.
What's it called though?
He
Insider.
owns them?
No, he's
Oh.
just an NBA insider.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Sham to something.
Yeah.
Shabs.
He's a weird name.
But what's it called? And then also the dude, the general manager for the Mavs was like, "I'm thinking about the now because I might not have a job in a couple of years." It's like if I win the championship, I'm gonna look like a genius.
I know, what a fucking idiot.
I kind of do think it's a good thing because I'm like they need a big man, and I'm like I think Kyrie and Anthony Davis, that's gonna be a really good combo because I just think it's gonna work. But and I don't think it's gonna work this year for the Lakers, but I'm excited for the future, bro. This is and this fool
Imagine-
Don
Yeah, that would
Sheik
be
Spanish.
crazy if the
he's-
Mavs win.
I know. Damn, and then Nico Harrison looks like a fucking genius.
But I like that.
That's
This guy, what's his name, Luca, and he speaks Spanish. Like this is gonna do perfect in LA. Like the Mexican fan base is gonna love him.
Hey, no joke though, he did not look like he wanted to be in LA though.
Yeah, he doesn't
At least-
seem like he's about the lights.
Yeah.
But he better change.
I was just seeing his interview, his like welcome introductory interview, and I was like, damn, he looks so sad.
I don't know if he doesn't want to be in
Damn.
LA, but he also I just think he's still shell shocked. Like I can't believe I got traded.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Like what's the point of
He's
being,
like,
what's the point of being as good as I am if it doesn't matter? Like you can still get traded.
yeah, that's true. Damn, he was gonna get 350 mil.
I'd buy
Yeah.
Bitcoin down here
Well, yeah, I'm waiting for
or
that.
right
Bro.
here. These two.
Yep, 94 or 92.
I feel like it's gonna be trading in that range for a few months
Yeah.
to
This
take a
range?
breather. No, the 94 to the 80 or 88 range. Where you said?
Here.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be trading there for a few months just
Dude.
to like
Was
weed
it-
everyone out.
I don't know if it was last week or 2 weeks ago when Bitcoin was a little down. I think it was last week, right? And I text a family group chat who none of them are into investing or stocks, and I was just more like, I can't let them not know about this. So I was like, yo, guys, I know none of you guys are into this, but Bitcoin's at a good buying price. And I was like, it was at 105 last week. It's at 90 something. If anything, it's on a discount. And then obviously no one said anything, but I got 2 random messages from family members, and it was not the people I expected. I expected it to be the young ones, but no, it was my old ass uncle who I never would have thought knew about this, and he was like, nah, it's not at a good price right now. Wait for the 80s. That's where I know it's gonna get to. And I was like, holy shit. I was like, I'm waiting for that too. I was like, I'm waiting for that too. But I was like, how do you know about this shit? Like, I didn't expect this dude's like he does. This is like I didn't expect this uncle to know that shit. And I gotta edit that part of the video now that I
That's
think about it.
hilarious.
That's crazy. He needs more math, man. Shit.
I just realized I'm recording all this too, so I might have to do some editing.
Now
How
leave
do
the
you
Luca
use
shit.
the
Leave all this shit in there.
For real, this is the uncut ending of the Friday episode.
Yeah. I like hearing these because I don't know about you guys, but I really do listen to them over again.
I have the last times.
It's just fun to like hear our conversations while I'm like driving somewhere.
Dude, I actually like look at what what I'm pointing at and shit, and I feel like I double waste my sometimes I'll watch it after like within that same day. So like I sit there for 2 hours almost.
Yeah, I'll watch it the same day too.
Right.
It's crazy.
I hate the sound of my voice, so I feel like I'm
Dude,
developing a gay voice.
The only thing I hate about me sometimes is like I'll go on rants that make no fucking sense. Like they're just pointless. I'm like, oh, shut the fuck up. That's what I hate.
Bro, I feel like I'm developing that little squeaky gay voice when I hear my voice. I'm like, ugh.
You do sound like that.
Fuck you.
Oh shit.
That's it for me though.
All right, what are you gonna learn next week, Eric? What are you gonna work on?
I want to use your consolidation thing. I'm gonna try that out for sure. I still want to use NQ to see what's the weaker and stronger instrument and kind of like mess with that some more. But because this week I realized like it did work and I wasn't patient enough for NQ to hit support on one of my trades, and that could have avoided losing that day just by paying attention to that. So that's one thing I want to just keep reinforcing. 2 trades max, no matter what.
What about you, Eloy?
Yeah, for me, it's clearly Eric's gem from 2 weeks ago was a dud, and it's all about consolidation now. I'm on the consolidation train now, bro, and I'm just gonna be all on those trades.
But don't forget, you need that outlier to appear.
Yes, you do.
For sure.
Oh my god, dude! If you lose another 200 because of consolidation shit, I'm gonna be so sad.
I know.
I feel so guilty.
Like, so much for consolidation, Gabe.
But yeah, I gotta work on
I was gonna say, just wait for your levels to hit. Like, don't just chase it because it looks like it's gonna go somewhere.
Right. So I got to work on my targets because I've noticed that I just pick targets based on zones that are the nearest when I don't take into consideration invisible support zones and low days mostly. Because I could have taken the last trade that I messed up on where it almost got me to break even. I could have exited low of day and got like $90, but instead I exited for a 22 fucking profit. So I was like, I gotta work on my targets and also keep in mind the NQ thing, the stronger instrument thing. You've been getting that in my head too. So I gotta work on that as well.
Oh yeah, I have that highlighted, and I forgot to ask you guys today. And I know you've explained it before, but like I forget why it matters to be the stronger instrument, or how do you even determine that?
So if by the percentage of the instrument shown right here, if this is down negative 136 and ES is up higher, or say it's negative 36, negative 0.36 or negative 0.1, then to me that's showing me that NQ is the weaker instrument. So if NQ hits support and ES also hits an outlier at that same time, it's going to give me more confidence that the market is going to bounce there because the weaker instrument found support, so it's gonna start. The fact that the weaker instruments at support and bouncing, the stronger instrument should also bounce at its support, which would be my key level or my outlier. Um, so it's just another level of confirmation for me. Now, if it was the stronger instrument, say NQ was the stronger instrument, and it's breaking above resistance, above supply, and it just seems stronger. Like you could tell it's breaking its zones. Then when ES pulls back to an outlier, that's gonna also make me bullish. I'm explaining bullish sentiment right now because that's what we've been experiencing. I haven't studied it to the downside yet exactly.
So
But that's
so
just
so so is it normally like the weaker instrument follows the stronger instrument?
yeah, just
Uh,
like when it's coming to resistance, um, and and when we're coming into support, you just want to see that the weaker instrument is getting supported also.
hmm, all right, that makes sense.
Um, but yeah, I'd
Yeah,
say like just pay attention to it. Just like in the morning, one of the first things I do before going into the session, I've been doing it kind of through the Discord also. I'll like point out NQ's the weaker instrument or NQ's the stronger instrument, and then just kind of analyzing how the market is moving based on that.
All
that
right.
Not
makes sense.
solely, but having an idea of it.
Because I noticed what the weaker and stronger ones were, but I never knew how to use them. But that makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I'd say.
Okay. Tight.
That's it for me.
Sounds good.